words for anybody out there?
For you this week, we got a lot of info for y'all.
Yes.
Enjoy the show, fellas.
Yes, we definitely have a lot to talk about today. Like we mentioned before, we are on a new platform. You guys can catch us on WFLR, Facebook, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, and all the other good stuff. Obviously, you guys can listen to us on the Fantasy Guys Facebook page, Instagram page. Feel free to comment on Facebook. We'll be looking at it live if you want to make any comments or anything like that. But like we mentioned, you can also call us. Call us in and discuss any topic at 313-444-5399. Again, the number is 313-444-5399. If you want to call and see why Uncle Ed's hairline is looking like he didn't have a haircut in the last couple of weeks, feel free to call in. Of course, we're here to have a good time, so we're looking forward to it. Y'all ready to start the show, fellas? All right, you ready to get it going? So we're gonna start off with NBA. All right, as y'all know, I'm gonna go with the Houston Golden State series since that's the hottest game off last night, hottest game off the presser. Houston up 3-2, surprising everyone out there. Thoughts, guys? I'm gonna start off with the guest, Uncle Ed. What's your thoughts so far on that series, man?
I didn't think that Houston would be able to pull it off. I thought Golden State got too much firepower. Houston defense stepped it up last night, and they did a very good job. Kept Golden State off their comfortable zone.
Yeah, they're not playing the way they usually play, man.
They changed their whole game. They throwing them off game, and I love it.
Yep.
I love it.
I like the way Houston's playing. AZ, what you gotta say about it?
Definitely surprised. I had Houston. I had Golden State winning in 6, 4-2. They're winning this game definitely breaks that, but I still have Golden State winning this, especially with Chris Paul being injured. I see Golden State taking the next 2 and going to the finals.
How about you, Munir? What are your thoughts so far in the series?
Very similar to what you just said. I had them at 6 games for Golden State, and the Warriors, the Rockets are just playing good basketball right now. They're doing something right against the Warriors, but I still don't see them winning the whole series. It's exactly like Abe said with the Chris Paul injury. I don't see it. Maybe if he gets back in Game 7 and they win Game 6, maybe if it's in Game 7 they got Chris Paul back. But no, I still don't see it. I feel like Durant's going to definitely come back.
That's somebody that Stephen A. Smith was going off on yesterday. He was saying that he faded. Yeah, he kind of like faded away towards the end of the game. He had 0 points and 0 for 4 in the fourth quarter. And I like what he mentioned too. I was listening to him and he was like, it's like the first time Golden State faced adversity in the playoffs. Last year they pounded through everybody. This year they pounded through everybody up until this Houston series. So this is why Kevin Durant is here. This is why Kevin Durant came. He has the opportunity where Steph Curry's struggling a little bit. He has the opportunity to say, like, I'm the man. This is why I came. Let me put the team on my back for a little bit. Not really even putting it on my back because they still got Clay and everyone else doing their thing. So kind of disappointed in Kevin Durant, man. People debating Kevin Durant is the best player in the league right now. Like, come on, man. Abe Z's a Kevin Durant fan. Talking about KD's the man. What you guys say about your boy KD,
He's
man?
definitely the man. He always will be the man. I'm not saying he's the best player in the league right now, but he's definitely number 2 in my eyes, right behind LeBron James. And I'm not really worried too much about him. Yeah, they're 1 game away losing, but I think they're gonna take this over.
So let me ask you this question. Y'all both mentioned Chris Paul. If Chris Paul's healthy, with Houston
No.
Would they have won the series?
No, I still would have done Golden State.
Still win the series.
I think Chris Paul is so big for that team, man. Him getting hurt, man, and it was the last play of the game. Hamstring, hamstring lingers, man.
He was trying to walk it up.
I know, he was trying to walk it up. He knew it. He knew it was over. He couldn't go back on defense. He was like, hey, on a regular day, don't play defense. Just let other cherry picking. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I'm surprised. Series is 3-2. Surprising, man. And I'm happy because it's giving us more things to watch, especially during online. You know what I'm saying? We want that time to go by quick a little bit. So watching that NBA playoffs, letting we go to Game 7 is great. Let's shift over to the Eastern Conference. You got the Cleveland Cavaliers, and you got the Boston Celtics. That's also a 3-2 series. Surprisingly, I think to a lot of us, is that Boston's one that's up 3-2. All of us had 7 games, I think, when we originally planned. Cleveland, I think all 3 of us had Cleveland in 7. I still think it's Cleveland in 7. All they got to do is win 1 game in Boston. LeBron James in 1 game, I'm going to take him 10 out of 10 times over anybody in the Boston Celtics roster right now. So, Uncle Ed, so far, what are your thoughts on the series, and I guess what do you see happening in the future, in the next couple of days?
Boston being where they're at right now, they're shocking everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody expected them to be where they're at right now with the injuries to Kyrie and to Hayward game 1 of the season. So for them to be where they're at, I'm very surprised, and they should not be disappointed whether they win or lose the series.
That's true. I mean, if you blow a 3-2 series, I think they're gonna be a little disappointed. But overall, when you look at the overall landscape of the season, I wouldn't be disappointed if I'm Brad Stevens. Abe, what's up? What are your thoughts right now, man?
Honestly, I'm a little shocked too to see this be 3-2 up Boston. It's a young team. They're playing very good defense. I think that's the difference between this series and the past series for the Cavaliers. It's a young team. You know, they're up 3-2. If they win this series, I'll favor them to win the championship if they go against Houston. That's the only way. But
Really? You would have Boston beating Houston
I
Rockets
would.
in the
If they can beat the Cavaliers, that shows me that
The Cavs are not better than Houston.
I'm not saying they're better. I'm just saying that shows me that this young team can prove that they'll overcome adversity and veteran team and they'll show up and play good basketball.
Munir Hedman, what are your thoughts so far, man?
Like I said, I'm not really that surprised because at the end of the day, still LeBron James carrying that team. You can't do it against a team that's playing, to me, like the 04 Pistons, where everybody's doing something on the team. They're all contributing. It's not 1, 2, 3. It's the whole team is contributing. So I don't think he can take them if the rest of his teammates don't step up in these next 2 games. Especially going to Boston and try to win a game, he's not gonna be able to do it by himself. I need somebody to step up in there.
I think we all agree that Cleveland's going to win this game 6. I think Boston can't even, I don't know what's going on with Boston. They on the road. They just played really bad. I think they're like 1-6 now, 1-7 in the playoffs. Game 7
They're
pretty
so
good.
good at home.
They're very good at home.
They're just so good at home. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, and so game 6, I think Cleveland's gonna take it. So in game 7, guys, I know we already predicted this, but now that the way you see the series has gone and how Cleveland, especially the role players, just die out on the road. Do you guys still got the Cavs winning in 7? What do you got?
I got the Cavs winning in 7.
You got Cavs winning in 7?
I know that everything momentum is with Boston, that will be up with Boston at home, but I just can't see them stopping LeBron James game 7. They're in Boston or at home. LeBron James know how to win game 7.
Yes,
So
I can see that too. Abe, see what you gotta say.
It's tough.
It's tough.
I mean,
I know it's tough.
if Cleveland wins this game 6, I think I'm gonna say they win game 7 as well. It's gonna take Boston. You know, they really need to close it out now. If they have a chance to win, it's game 6, and I think that's the only chance. I'm going with Cleveland though. I think Cleveland will take game 7.
All right. How about you, Munir?
Game 7 in Boston?
Yes, game 7 will be in Boston. So Boston's
I'm
undefeated
gonna
at
go ahead and pick
home.
Boston Celtics. I'm gonna take them for game 7. If it's at home, I think Boston. I don't think Cavaliers are gonna have what it takes to do it at their house. I really
see,
don't.
the one big edge that I say
I don't
is
see it.
shift towards Cleveland is their experience.
They are, but then
Boston is very inexperienced. They got some young, good talent, but that inexperience is going to hurt them. And I believe if Cleveland wins tonight, which I believe they will win, the momentum will definitely be with Cleveland, and the pressure will be on Boston
For sure.
big time.
well,
Yeah.
being at home, that's like.
Wait, so you said you're gonna take Boston?
Yeah,
I mean, I was kind
Boston
of.
at game 7 at home.
Wow, you're taking
I'm gonna
Boston.
take I'm gonna go ahead and say Boston.
We need to do a hella at bat
I'm
now.
gonna go
We need to
with
figure
Boston.
something out, especially since it's Ramadan, man. First of all, just a quick side note, we got Ali Zidane saying Munir is back, definitely the best analyst you got. He deserves his own show, so much knowledge. He breeds player stats naturally.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
shout out to Ali Zidane,
Shout out to that
AMZ's
boy,
bro. I'm looking at the Facebook, we looking like, we can see our colors and everything, you know, I can see the, okay, got a great shirt on, we got lights, salt, our cousin Salt, talk about the lighting wasn't great, man, we did this for you, man. Just wanted to crack a couple jokes, man, but, so Munir Hedman got Boston in 7, man, that would be surprising. How disappointed would you be if you had Boston and Houston in the finals? Like, would you watch that series, or, I mean, obviously you would watch it, you're a sports fan. He said he'll love it. Is that the best series that you think can happen, or do you think Cleveland Golden State is still the best series?
Especially without Kyrie, no Gordon Hayward. I think the best series would be Cleveland against the Warriors. I think that would definitely.
I think we've seen the only that's the 2 best teams, but we've seen it so much.
Yeah.
It just kind of gets boring. You want to see those underdogs make it to the finals. I think it would be a nice, scrappy championship game versus Houston and Boston. They're both really hungry. I would love to see that.
And to be honest with you, I wouldn't know who would win. I would not know who would win that series. Like, I would pick
Another good
Houston.
series.
Boston, after Boston.
I think that one will go 7-2.
Yeah.
The only way the East will have a chance is if they play Houston. I
Yeah.
don't think they can beat Golden
Right.
State.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I agree. What would you want to see as a fan? What would you want to see?
As a fan,
Yeah.
I would say the Celtics and the Warriors.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to see that Cleveland and Warriors again.
Okay.
Especially with the team that
But the
Cleveland got. It's
Warriors-
like you automatically know Warriors are going to take it. At the end of the day, whoever they play, if they
Yeah,
make it.
you mean Celtics and Rockets?
No, Celtics and Warriors. I still would like to see that because Celtics and Rockets, don't underestimate the Rockets. Rockets are not like that big of a difference to me playing this out. I think the Rockets would take the Celtics too.
Yeah, man. I think we'll go like 6
I don't
games.
see the Boston
I'll
Celtics.
see the Rockets because their offense is good. Their offense is really good. But Boston's defense is good. Me personally, I would want to see Cleveland and Houston. Because Chris Paul is still
I'd
my
rather see
favorite
that.
point guard, and he's the man. Sure, I wore my Clipper Chris Paul jersey, but Chris Paul to me, the Houston Rockets to me is the team I want to see coming out of the West. And then Cleveland, just because I want to shut all the LeBron James haters down out that he won a championship, literally carried his whole team this whole year, this whole season, every single game, played 82 games in the season and in the playoffs obviously. So, alright, just shifting off of that, we're gonna go to this, we're gonna do a couple debates, okay? So we got a couple of topics that we wanna talk about. I guess first and foremost, since we're just talking about the Houston team, so yesterday we were watching the game, right? And you seen Justin Timberlake, he was sitting next to JJ Watt. So it was pretty cool to see that. So, and then I was driving and doing deliveries for the pharmacy, all right? And I realized, and I'm listening to the radio, and they had a great topic, so I wanted to hear what y'all opinions were as well. And if you guys are listening, feel free to call. Again, the number is 313-444-5399. Call in, talk to us. Moti, if you're listening, I know I told you don't call. You've been calling every week. Feel free to call in, Moti, if you want to talk. Basically, my question to you guys is this. So, who would you rather sit next to? And I'm looking at Abe, so Abe, we can start with you. Who would you rather sit next to? Your favorite famous celebrity, actor, whatever you want, or your favorite famous athlete out there? So basically, for your sake, Madonna or Michael Jordan.
Honestly, I would go with athlete. I don't really have them. I'm not really a big fan of celebrities to that point. I really like sports, so I'll go with, if I had to pick a person, I would go with Kobe Bryant, honestly. I would like to sit there and talk to him for, a couple of minutes. I know he don't like to talk much, but that would be the guy I would pick.
What's up? You got his own show now. What is it called again? Detail.
Detail?
Kobe Bryant.
If money's talking.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying. When you're head on, what would you rather do?
I'm gonna go ahead and say a celebrity.
Celebrity? That's what we have when you're on the show, guys.
Put me next to Dave Chappelle. Put me next to somebody, Kevin Hart. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Over a celebrity.
If
If
I
I
wanna
want
have
to,
That'll be the action.
you know what I'm saying? If I want to see a
have a
sport
blast.
person, I go to arena and watch them. Yeah, I'll see them over there. I might get some up front row seats.
Yeah.
I can see them. Put me next to Kevin Hart. Put me next to Dave Chappelle, and then laughing with them.
I didn't look at it like that, man. That is actually true, because that would be funny. You would enjoy the game. Clouded, man. What would you rather do?
I was thinking of one athlete and one celebrity.
Okay, so who would be your one athlete? Uncle Ed got his own Uncle Ed rules. Who would it be?
It would probably be Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Okay.
Alright, so you would sit next to Tom Brady. He would barely talk. I think he ain't talking. Tom Brady won't talk that much.
You get a couple words out of it, that's good.
Uncle Ed gonna have a little meeting with him before the game, and then he gonna be talking during the game.
And then my celebrity would be, one of my favorite actors is Denzel Washington.
That's
That's
what I was thinking.
that's what I was
thinking. That's what I was thinking of that too.
He's one of my definitely favorite actors, and I think I'd have a great time, just the character, the personalities, we'll have a great time.
Yeah.
Catch that equalizer too. It's coming up.
Yeah, that's all. I actually just watched Equalizer recently. It was the first time watching it. I like it a lot, man. Hey, David Farber quote, y'all get lights when I'm not there. Can't let the brother get no shine. Hey, Dave, man, we could have saw you today too if you was here, man. Everybody would have knew you were here this week, Dave. I told you to come. Stop by, man. We still got about like 45 minutes left on the show. You're more than welcome to come, Dave. I guess my answer for that would be, I would go athlete. I don't know who it would be though, man. I don't even know who, but Manir brought up a great point too, so I would want like a comedian, Kevin Hart. So I don't know. I would have to literally sit back there and think about it. If they would give me like a list, who would you rather sit next to, then maybe I'll pick on that list. So, cool topic. Moving on from that one, we're going to talk some college basketball going into the NBA. I had these guys prepare a list of top 5 prospects that they think going into the NBA, into this season. There's some good players, guys. This is the worst year for the Pistons not to have a first-round draft pick. Players that could come to your team and start and have an impact immediately, at least a good 10 of them, man. I could just think on the top of my head. But I only asked for 5. So I guess the question is, who are your top 5 college prospects heading to the NBA? we're not ranking them 1 through 5. Just I guess who is your 5? I'm gonna start off with you, Manita, because we haven't started off with you yet. So who's your top 5 college prospects going into the NBA when you're head one?
Alright, so I got Luka Doncic.
Okay.
Can I say it?
Yes.
Doncic.
I don't even know how to say it.
Doncic.
Abe just watched YouTube videos, so he knows how to say his
I
name.
know, hey.
How's he? Is he up there?
I'm gonna talk about him.
Yeah, he don't talk about it, I guess. Alright, that's one.
I got Marvin Bagley.
Okay, Marvin Bagley.
Okay, DeAndre Ayton.
Yep.
Mohamed Bamba.
Mohamed Bamba.
And Jaren Jackson Jr.
Alright, so he has Doncic, whatever you say. You got Bagley, you got Aiden, you got Jaren Jackson, and then you got Mohamed Bamba from Texas, correct? Alright, that's a good list. He got a lot of big dudes. A lot of big dudes coming out for his top 5 prospects. What you got, AZ?
Athletic big.
Well, my top 5 is, well, first of all, this is a top 5 that I look at when you say, you know, the next 5 years, you know, the future of the NBA, who's gonna stick around, who's gonna be like, that was a good, you know, that was a good pick, this is a good player. Not necessarily who will actually go top 5. So the top 5 prospects in my eyes are DeAndre Ayton, that's a big guy, he can shoot the ball, that's the new basketball, the modern era of the NBA. Mo Bamba from Texas, another center. I seen a YouTube video of him shooting 3-pointer. He can shoot the 3 for a 7-foot center, so that's another guy. Michael Porter Jr. from Missouri. He was injured, probably up in the first game into the college season, but he definitely has potential. I think he's going to be a player in 5 years from now. Like,
Who is it, Michael Porter, you said?
Yeah, Michael Porter
Okay.
Jr. I can see he's a future player in the NBA. Marvin Bagley III, he's another one of those guys that, you know, he's a power that can shoot the 3. And the last but not least, Trae Young from Oklahoma. They say he's the next Steph Curry. The only thing about him, he doesn't really have the handles, but I do like his passing and he can shoot the rock. I think if he steps up his defense a little bit, he's 6'2", he can be a guy that, you know, for the next 10 years, be a premier NBA point guard.
Okay, and this is why we debate.
Right.
Okay, so before we go to you, Uncle Ed, I'm about to go hard on the ABCs.
You do what you have to do. Oh, Luka Doncic is not in there. That's what you can say.
No, I didn't. I didn't hear. I
Okay.
swear, I probably had a brain fart. I didn't even hear that he was not even in your list, so I respect that. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna start with Mohamed Bamba. All right, whatever how you say his
Mo
name.
Bamba.
Mo Bamba. Okay. First of all right, I'm guessing you never really watched Mo Bamba play basketball. He never shot the ball. All right. He never shot the ball in college. I don't care what he did when he's one by himself. Shooting in the gym. Andre Drummond is shooting, working on his three. I don't know if I saw those videos.
Right.
Do you still think Andre Drummond will be able to shoot threes in the
I think
NBA?
he'll develop the 3.
Andre
I'm not
Drummond
saying
is
he'll-
Steph Curry next year.
Listen, let me tell you something. There's a lot of NBA centers. You think these centers were in, you know,
You're right. And it's good. It's good that they're trying.
They developed the 3-point shot. Centers are not born to
Mo
shoot
Bamba's not gonna shoot threes. Okay, look at his name. His name is Mo Bamba.
That
all
was
right?
not, listen.
Can you imagine what Mo Bamba? Can you imagine what Mo Bamba is gonna do in the league? What you think he's gonna do is what exactly he's gonna do. He's not gonna shoot threes. He's a great shot blocker.
Okay.
He's a great defender. And right now he has no game, no offensive game. To be honest with
What do you
you,
mean he has no offensive
he has
game?
no offensive
He's
game.
7 foot tall with the
Yes.
longest wingspan in NBA
Thank
history.
you. I'm telling you, he's
Just-
an athletic freak. But
Right.
right now he has no offensive game. Is what I'm
Let
trying
me
to
tell you,
say.
these guys are 19 years
I
old. They
know.
will develop.
100%.
That's why I said in the next 5 years, these will be the guys that the team should have drafted.
Mo Bamba is solid, okay?
He's a top
I'm just-
five.
Yes, I just think that in terms of going, I don't think he's a top 5 in this.
What do
this
you
list.
got him, Omar?
I don't got him in my top
You don't
5.
got him?
I don't got him in my
You
top
got him
5.
top 10?
Yes,
Well,
that's
that's-
Mo Bamba because he's worth it. He's worth that.
I mean, of
That's-
course he's a
yeah,
top.
he's worth it.
To me, I actually have him number 2 right after DeAndre Ayton.
Okay, but that's not even the guy I'm worried about. It's Trae Young, okay? You're going off of ESPN hype. Please watch this guy play
If you want
basketball.
to talk about ESPN,
Okay.
hype, he's not in their top 5.
You got him going off. You're off of
Is he-
ESPN hype.
who's-
I cannot wait till the New York Knicks draft him so that he could be a bum.
I
He's
don't
gonna
think
score.
that's
You
even-
know
I don't
what he's
think
gonna do? He's gonna score in the NBA, but he has no defense.
Right.
Okay, no defense. Zero
You can't say
defense.
there's no defense.
Zero defense. Zero.
Does Steph
Okay.
Curry have
He
defense?
sent it to Oklahoma. Steph Curry took Davidson to the freaking tournament,
That doesn't
and they
mean he
went
has defense.
to the Elite Eight. I'm not talking about the defensive
I'm
part.
talking about defense.
Okay.
Does he have defense?
Yes, I think he has
Steph Curry
okay
has
defense.
defense?
Okay
He's a
defense.
liability on the
Yes, he
what
is.
if not
He is.
defense?
He's a
But
liability.
he's still the best player.
Okay,
So I'm
so
not saying,
go
I'm
back to
saying
not Trae Young.
defense doesn't have to be make a
Oklahoma
break.
Oklahoma only went in a tournament because of Trae Young, his name. So the NCAA committee was like, let me get Oklahoma in a tournament because they're good. I mean, they're his name and they're gonna bring money, they're gonna bring revenue in. They lost to I forgot who they lost to. They lost to Rhode Island in the first round. Who's
You got one.
my point is Steph Curry took Davidson to the Elite Eight. Okay.
I'm not, listen, I'm
My
not
point
saying
is,
Steph Curry.
Trae Young is not a ball player. He's not a team player. That's what I'm trying to say. He's not a team player. I think he's a bust. That's my whole reasoning about all this is Trae Young is a big name. Everybody knows who Trae Young is.
Okay.
He will be a bust.
So you said
I think that's-
Mo Bamba and Trae Young not top 5.
Not top 5. That's in my opinion. That's the debate, I guess.
That's
You
the
want to
debate,
call it?
right?
Uncle Ed, you want to go ahead and get in your, go with your top 5?
Sure, why not?
You got Trae on there.
I have to say, I disagree with Omar.
Yes.
So you got
I disagree with you.
Okay. So
On
you got
which part?
Trae.
I
Yeah.
love Trae Young.
Okay.
I think he's gonna be a offensive freak in the NBA.
Right.
But that's
Yeah,
just my
you
opinion.
I think he is going to score points. I think he is going to score points. First of all, looking at the prospects though, I'm telling you, this year is
I
loaded.
love to hear
I don't think
this.
he's top 5.
I want to hear
I don't
this.
think he's top 5 in my opinion. And then going off of that, I just think he's gonna be deep. I think he's gonna be the type of guy who's gonna be good the first 5, 6. I mean, I don't know.
The first
I don't
5,
think
6
he's
years,
top 5.
that's a good prospect.
Yes, but along, I don't know, man. I just don't think he's a true point guard, man. Like he's just a shooter. He's a shooter.
Stephen Curry.
No, but don't compare him to Steph.
That's
Don't compare
exactly.
him to Steph.
That's the only person you can
Because-
compare him to.
Don't compare him to
You know,
Steph.
he had like,
He wants
I'm
to
not
be
sure how
Steph.
many triple doubles he had, but
Right.
he had a few triple doubles.
We'll see, I
Have you
guess.
seen
We'll
anybody
see.
shoot
I
the
think
ball
it's a
in college
liability.
basketball?
I think it's a
He
liability.
led college basketball, NCAA, 3-point shots and assists.
My thing is the way your team plays is a big indicator of who you are.
So
you can't
LeBron-
sit here. You can't sit here and
so
tell me
LeBron, his capital
his team is about to make it to the finals.
Right, but his third or fourth season.
This guy's
does that mean
college
he's the third or
basketball
fourth
team.
best player?
This college basketball team barely made it to the NCAA tournament. 68
You can only
teams
carry
made it.
so much on your back.
68
You
teams
can only
made it.
carry
We got a
so
phone
much.
call. This number looks familiar. I don't know if this is Tone. I might be Tone. I don't know, man. Hold on. Let me see who's the phone call. Calling in. Who's calling in? Who's it? Is this Tony? Femi Hussein? Hey.
Why sound like that?
Hey, why you sound like you sick first of all, man? Change your voice up, man. You on radio. We live right now, man. You sound like you got a cold. Yes, sir. There you go.
Real good.
Yes, Uncle Ed right here next to me cheesing. Hey, he, what's going on? What'd you say? Oh, we talking too much? My bad. My bad. We're gonna stop talking. We're gonna stop talking then. Uncle Ed right here, he about to say his list right now. But hey, Tone, before we get to Uncle Ed's list, I want to know, Trae Young, is he a top 5 prospect heading to the NBA? The Knicks are number 8, 9. You didn't answer my question. I said, is he a top 5 prospect? Okay, so he's not a top 5. He's not a top 5 prospect, is what you're saying.
You know what a prospect means. It doesn't mean that he will go top 5.
Yeah.
Is he top 5 capable?
Yeah.
He has potential.
Do you?
You beat it around the bush, Tony. Cut to the chase. Listen. Answer this question, Tony. In 5 years from now, can you say that there were 5 better players than Trae Young out of this draft? That's the question you need to ask.
You need a piece of paper in front of you. You need a piece of paper right in front of you.
Oh my,
You need a piece of paper
Who's the
right in front of
MVP
you.
this year?
Tone.
Who's the MVP this year?
What?
Who's the MVP?
Well, like college basketball?
NBA.
To me?
James Harden.
James Harden.
Harden,
How's his
okay.
defense?
Okay, but
He's known to have
to compare Trae Young to James Harden,
the defense.
because you know how tall Trae Young is?
6'2".
I didn't know he was that tall.
He's 6'2". Did you know how tall he was?
No, I didn't. I didn't know he was that tall. Yeah, I didn't know he was that tall. I ain't gonna lie. That makes a little difference. But top 5,
He's not 6'4".
Yeah.
Maybe 6'3".
Hey, listen, you guys are not looking at the list, man. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. And maybe I don't really watch college basketball. He's not a top 5 prospect. There's loaded talent this year. I don't even know if I'll have him top 10, to be honest with you guys.
Let me tell you
He's
something.
borderline top 10. I'm telling you, that's
How I look at this is not
A lot of
actually
big
how the draft will go.
How, in 5 years, what do you see?
In 5 years, you
And
look back.
Yes,
You know,
I still think.
like right now, last year you have 5 years. You look back, you'd be like, okay, Donovan Mitchell should have been top 5. You know,
Yes.
say
That's what's scaring me, is
Right.
that there's people in 20 through 30 and 15 through 30 that are solid, yeah.
Right.
That we don't have them on our list because we're so caught up in the top 10 people.
Exactly.
So that's why I think this draft is loaded. But anyways, Tone, man, what, you got any other words? All right,
Alright.
take it easy, Tone. Alright, we're gonna give him that time to say it towards the end, so make sure you're listening. Hey, we got another phone call, by the way. We got another phone call. Keep the ball rolling on the call. Answer this phone call, please work. There you go. 1. Alright, who we got calling in today? That boy Moti, back on the mic. What up, Moti? All day. So what's your word, Moti? What's good with you, man? Hey, I got a question for you, Moti. It's the question: is Trae Young a top 5 prospect heading into the NBA, Moti?
Without a doubt. I don't know why you guys.
What is wrong with you? Who's
Man, is this?
Who's guys? Who's man?
He was the one-man show in Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? He was a nation scoring assists. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm gonna go to the bus and stop signing.
Okay, so can I tell you guys something? I don't want you guys to think that I think Trae Young is going to be whacking the NBA. Okay, this is what Abe does. I know, this is what Abe does.
Listen.
I don't think he is a top 5 prospect. On this list that I'm looking at,
You've been
I don't
telling
think
us
Trae
about
Young.
the list. You said about
Right?
what's your top 5?
I know, I'm gonna say my top
You
5.
said you had him at top 10 or no? Like,
He's borderline top 10. That's what I said. He's borderline top 10. I'm telling you guys that.
It was a good thing you're not
Yeah.
NBA GM.
Yes, I mean, I promise you I'll not be taking
You sound
Trae
like
Young.
Saddam Van Gundy right now. Borderline top 10.
Borderline top 10 to me. 2 players that come to my mind. Borderline top 10. One of them is Mamba from Texas.
Thank you.
And the other one is Miles Bridges, believe it or not.
Well,
I like
Miles
Miles Bridges.
Bridges is 12, 13. That's where I got him going right now. Anyways.
I think he should be top 10.
No, they got him going top 10. Him and Jaren Jackson. I like Jaren Jackson.
I like Bridges better.
Miles Bridges to me, I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? His game to me is gonna be kind of iffy in NBA. We'll see. But nah, man, you got to let the edge shine a little bit, man.
Yeah, we are talking too much. We are talking too much. So from this point forward, we're gonna get your opinion more. Moti, you got any other words you want to say before we keep the ball rolling?
That's it, man. I'll see you guys later. You guys have a good show.
Hey, Moti. By the way, guys, Moti is the guest for next week, so we're looking forward to that. Mo, you don't have to call in.
Oh, you know it.
I love it.
Alright.
Alright, so without further ado, everybody want to hear Uncle Ed, man. So we're gonna stop with our opinions. I'm gonna stop with my opinions. Ed can keep talking if he wants. Uncle Ed, who's your top 5 prospects heading into the league?
My top 5 prospects heading into the NBA league next season will be number 1, I got Marvin Bagley.
Okay.
Overall, I think he's the most athletic and big man, skilled big man that there is.
I think he'll win Rookie of the Year next year.
Hey,
In my opinion.
Depending on the
arguing
team.
with
I
that.
think that's a
Yeah,
good
depending on the team that he goes to. He's a monster.
My number 2 is DeAndre Ayton.
He's the debate.
Big man, very athletic, definitely going to be a franchise player.
Yes,
I'm
he's
sure.
a franchise player for sure.
Number 3 will be Porter Jr. I know he was injured most of the season,
Right.
but that kid is athletic.
He can shoot the
He
ball
can
too.
shoot.
6'10".
He got handles.
Right.
He will be a big player in the NBA.
I agree.
Number 3
Number
will be-
4.
Number 4.
I'm sorry. Number 4 will be Colin Sexton
Oh.
from Alabama. That kid will be.
He definitely has the winning mentality.
Calm down. You don't know about no
I know
Colin Sexton,
exactly what
man.
Colin Sexton
What
is.
position you play?
Point guard.
Alright.
Come on,
He reminds me of his
He's
a lot of
definitely
his
great. He's one of
scores,
those
a lot of his
aggressive point
highlights
guards.
remind me of a little bit of Russell Westbrook. He is very athletic, he's strong, and he's not scared to drive to the rim. And number 5 is Trae Young. Trae Young, I know.
Why you gotta look at me when you say that,
Yeah,
man?
I ain't gonna do that.
Borderline
Y'all
top
never
10.
tell me that.
That's
Borderline.
I
Borderline.
mean, I know his height may be a little problem, his defense may be, but this guy
He
is
can shoot the
a
ball.
phenomenal offensive player.
Mhm.
And I think you just throw him into a team like the Cleveland Cavaliers where LeBron can use a Trae
LeBron
Young.
ain't staying, he's
Yeah, you
LeBron's
can
not
throw
staying.
all 5 players on the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? That's my top 5.
All right, and I like his top 5, and believe it or not, a lot of them are very similar.
One more thing, the reason why I picked these top 5 is because I know that they have that Euro kid,
Luka
Yeah.
Doncic, is that his name, Doncic? I'm not a big fan of his because when you playing in the college to the pros, it's a big difference.
Big difference.
You know what I'm saying? When you're playing in the U.S. compared to overseas, and that's why I don't have him in my top 5. He is very athletic. He has good skills, can shoot, handles, and everything, but he
I
didn't
think
make my
he's,
top
I
5.
think he's somewhat like at his peak to where I don't think he can really develop to be that much better than he is now. That's why I don't like him. These other guys coming out of college, they're young, they're 18, 19 years old. I'm not saying he's not young, but I think with them, they can develop their shot. I mean, they already have the athleticism you want in an NBA player for potential-wise. I think with them, you know, they can the ceiling is.
I think we really never know with the European players. Now, let's be honest.
They're hit or miss.
We really never know. We
You think
never
it's
know.
gonna be like the Miller Kid?
No, I don't think it's gonna be that bad. I think, thank you, Best Time Go Whack, by the way. Trae Young is whack, commenting on Facebook.
Nah.
Thank you, Best Time. Trying to tell these guys they don't listen to
So
me.
you're saying
man.
he's whack?
Alright? No. No,
When
you know
drop
what,
him,
Best
you
Time?
say,
Best
oh,
Time,
yeah,
Hey, I gotta hype him up. I gotta hype up my commenters, man.
The nation in
Hey.
points and
And
assists.
Okay, so let me
Come
tell you
on.
something. I don't think he's whack. I don't think he's a top 10 prospect in heading into the NBA. Like, if it's anything, I have to look back at the list. It's borderline top 10. He's
I want
not
you
my
to
top
name. I want you to
I'm not
name.
thinking
I
about
want names. Don't list the names.
I can look at the list. I gotta look at the list.
Look at the list.
Alright?
'Cause you talk about there's 10 people that you don't know that are better than him.
That's what
I
you're
know.
talking
I
about.
need names.
My top 5, so we can get the ball rolling, is first of all, I mean, it's not in any order, but I got DeAndre Ayton for the same thing he mentioned. I just think he's gonna be a monster. He's a big dude. He got already a post-up game. He's gonna be giving
You
you
can
that.
shoot the 3 too.
Yeah, he can shoot. He's gonna give you that 20 and 10. I can see him at his peak. He's gonna be giving you that 20 and 10.
So do you have him as your number 1 overall, or just?
I think Marvin Bagley Jr. is gonna be the best player because he's an athletic freak too.
I see him as like a Chris Bosh type of player.
Yeah, even better. He has better post-up move. Chris Bosh is more skinnier.
The thing-
Bagley's bigger, man.
He's
He's a
skinny
big
too.
dude. He's a big dude though. He's a big dude, man. I'm telling you.
Bosh is
Marvin Bagley Jr. solid. I think he could be, if you're to ask me who's the best coming out, it's probably him. But Aiden is the safer one.
right.
So if I'm the number 1 overall pick, I'm not gonna lie to you. Actually, I don't know who I would take, to be honest with you, because it'll be hard. It'll be hard.
It depends on what you need.
Yeah, it depends on what you need. But they're both big men, though. That's my problem. So, Michael Porter Jr., guys, before heading into this college basketball season, he's number 3, by the way. He was number 1 overall on everybody's boards.
Okay.
Everybody's boards. He got hurt. He was pretty much out for the whole year. He didn't barely play. He only played like 1 game, I think, or 2 games. He's a beast. All around talent, skill levels, great. He's already saying, I know I'm going to be the best player out of this draft. So I like confidence. I like players that are like that.
That's his kid.
Yes. Jerry Jackson Jr., you best believe he's making my list, okay? He's only, I mean, a lot of it has to do with him and MSU and me
A
watching
lot of
him.
it has to do with it.
Okay.
You gotta take the bias
Because I
out.
watched him a lot. I
That's-
watched him a lot. You didn't hear what I said. It's because I watched him a lot,
Okay.
okay?
I'm disappointed
In
him
5
in the
years,
tournament.
It's not his fault. That's what I'm about to say. I'm about to
But
tell
I
you.
thought you said
Tom
a lot of
Izzo-
the players,
Okay.
is what their team does. So they lost in the.
Pause. Let's just say they had a very good team. They had a good team.
That's even worse for them.
Roster.
That's even
okay?
worse that they lost with him on the roster.
With him on the bench. Okay? And that's what bothers me the most. We lost with him on the bench. He only played, I think, 11 minutes in the key game against Syracuse,
Okay.
which he is a shooter. Like, I'm not about to discuss that. How disgusted I was.
That's a show by itself.
Yeah.
right there.
Tom Izzo disrespected him. You have a top 5 prospect. Okay? On everybody's list of analysts, they got him going top 5. They got him going top 5. I don't care. He's going top 10, okay? Let's say top 10. If you're a coach, Abe Z,
Is he on your top 10?
yes.
Top 10.
Okay, but
potential
AC,
busts.
I don't care about that. He is a potential bust too. He is a bust, potential bust.
You said he's a bust.
He is a potential bust. But AZ, I'm just telling you as a coach, Tom Izzo, right? You got a top 10 possible draft pick. You lose with him. You don't just not play him. He ain't playing him. He played for 11
First
minutes.
of all, let me tell you something. Tom
But
Izzo is one of the
11
best
minutes.
coaches in college
He is.
basketball.
He is, but
I
he has a
see what
theory.
he does.
He has a, but
He
stop.
knows what he's doing.
For against
But this
Syracuse,
tournament, he
yes.
did not make the right
He did not
choices.
make the right choices.
He
You
made
have a
some
top
bad
10
choices.
prospect.
He made a few, and one of them was mentioned.
Jaren Jackson. Thank you. So my point is, my point is that he ain't get a chance to show himself. He's an all-around player. First of all, I love him for his defense, his defensive player blocking and all that, but I'm not gonna go on it. Number five is Colin Sexton, which you don't know, who I think is gonna be the best point guard coming out of this draft over Trae Young.
I know. I
You don't
watched
know
him in
who
high
Colin
school.
Sexton.
I watched him in
Right?
high school.
Colin Sexton is the truth. I think he's an NBA point guard. He's gonna be that dude that if I had a team, I'll draft him way before Trae Young. All day.
Oh my
Well, no, I'll
God.
draft Colin Sexton. Yes. Colin Sexton is a true point guard.
Let me
True.
tell you that he's a great
True.
college point guard.
True
In the
point guard.
NBA, he can't bully these
He
NBA
can't
point
shoot.
guards.
He ain't learn how to
the three.
shoot, but he's gonna be
He's
taking
better than a
it.
mid-range
Point
shot.
guard. Hey, I read
He's got
this.
the vision.
He's a Rajon Rondo. He's a Rajon Rondo.
Right, so you're Rajon
Rajon
Rondo's
Rondo.
top 5?
Oh, man.
Hey,
I like
A little bit.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
better. I'm just saying. He's better.
He's
He's
a
better than
Rajon
Rajon Rondo. He's better than
The
Rajon
NBA
Rondo.
journeyman. He's been out 16 kids.
Trae Young is the type of player that he's gonna give you stats. Colin Sexton's gonna win you games. That's the difference.
You know what?
Trae Young is gonna give you stats. Colin Sexton is gonna win you games. You asked him what his thoughts on Jaren Jackson.
What do you
Your
think
thoughts on
about
Jaren
Jaren
Jackson?
Man, I think that he will be a top 10 pick.
Right. We all agree on that.
He will help a team in the future, but his offensive game needs to pick up a little more. He has the height, obviously. His defense is great, but he needs to pick up his offensive game just to make sure he stays in that top 10 pick. which I'm sure he
That's
will.
all he can bank on. I think his offensive game.
His defensive game is, you're saying
Defense
defense?
all you
Okay.
can bank on.
Offense is
Offensive
growth.
game-
You just said about Mo Bamba.
Right. But
Jaren Jackson had a better
Bamba-
offensive game than
Mo
Mo Bamba.
Let me tell you, Mo Bamba is 7 feet tall with a 7'10" wingspan.
I can't wait to say this to you 5 years from now. Mo Bamba is 7 feet tall. Okay.
Right. This guy has athletic.
We got a couple comments, okay? Mo Black said Jaren Jackson is the biggest potential bust in the draft, so
Thank
going
you,
off
Mo.
with AZ.
Thank you, Mo.
Cousin Salt said Trae Young is a bust. He's only a shooter. He don't trust shooters. So thank you, Salt. Yes, he did.
No.
If we keep going down, I can't scroll down.
He said that Trae Young will
I
be
don't
good.
trust the shooter. Okay, he was saying I don't trust the shooter. So he going hard. He going hard on Trae Young. If I'm OT said Salt, you still drinking that bottle of water?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
He's
Alright.
drinking salty water.
He drink that salty mustard water. So that's just that's what we like talking, guys. We like debating. We don't have to agree with each other, okay? Even though Trae Young's a bust, I think top 10, not a top 10 potential. Like I said, he don't put up numbers. He's gonna put up numbers. But at the end of the day, if you're to ask me, he's not a top 5 prospect, and I'll take Colin Sexton over Trae Young all day. That's my opinion. Bagley, number 1 player, I think best time to go back said that. I agree, he's borderline. Him and Aiden are 1A, 1B in my opinion coming out of this draft for sure. Michael Porter. Yeah, Michael Porter is good too. So last question, guys, I want to say about the NBA is who do y'all think the Pistons are going to hire? You heard the rumors, Dwayne Casey a couple weeks ago. Hey, remember that Dwayne Casey Pistons should go after him?
They better.
I like him.
They better.
Casey. I think the bigger picture is the GM we hire. I think that's a big thing that we've been slacking on is the drafts and the trades, and I think we fix that. The coaching will work out. So Dwayne Casey would be a good candidate, but I think the GM is more important for us to get.
Hey, just quick question. Mo Smiley comments and said, "What's up? I have the same people guests every week. Y'all ain't want to invite nobody. So is he here? Is he back in America?"
He is back in America.
Oh, then, hey, Mo, Smiley, if you hear me, we will have you on the show. The only problem is next week we got my brother Mo T. So we can have, you know what, Mo Smiley, if you want to come next week, if not the following week, you're always more than welcome to come, man. We don't discriminate against Zindanis, all right? We can have Zindanis on the show, all right? And what's your thoughts on the Pistons hiring a head coach?
I was looking at another rumor that I seen that Orlando they were looking to get.
Tom Izzo? He shut it down. He shut it down.
Did he shut
Yeah,
that
Tom
he
down?
said
Izzo
that.
has said in the past,
Tom
when
Izzo.
Tom Gores from the Pistons tried to get him, he said he's not
Hey.
interested in the NBA.
Hey, plot twist. Tom Izzo goes to Orlando and drafts Jaren Jackson. What are your thoughts on that? He plays him 15 minutes a game, too.
That'll be
What was I say? You know who else was a rumor? Becky Hammond, assistant coach from the Spurs.
No.
Yeah, I heard. What's your problem, man?
For Orlando?
No, for us.
I'll take
Oh,
it.
really?
I heard her when she bought one of the people that we're looking at. We're looking at getting her. I read an article. I swear. Becky
First
Hammond.
female, right?
Yeah, first female. So I don't know what y'all thoughts on that. AZ, where are you smirking? What's your thoughts on that? No good.
honestly, if you had Dwayne Casey, then I don't see why would you be looking elsewhere.
I agree.
For
I
our
agree.
team to be in the position that we're in and have our experience, I can't have a first-time
Yeah.
head coach
That's true.
come into Detroit.
It's like
We're already in a hole with Blake Griffin and no first round pick. We're already in a hole. Our 1 through 3, I mean Reggie Jackson could be the one, but they're just a lot of a lot of.
question marks.
Yeah.
A lot of question marks on our team. So having Dwayne Casey, having a coach come and
Watch out, we might trade Drummond for a first round pick.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Like, let go of Drummond. Let go of Drummond.
What about our big guy? Now we don't have a big guy.
We got Blake
Listen,
Griffin.
I'd rather-
In the NBA, by the way, you don't need a big
You
man.
know, Blake Griffin can play the 5.
Yeah, he can.
He
In this,
can play
in
the
this
five.
league, in this
Too
league,
much for him.
in this
We want
league.
him to play a lot of defense and then come back on the drive the ball on the offense.
Wouldn't have been needed to drive like that much.
Hey, you know what though? I ain't gonna lie to you. With the
Marcus
draft,
Aldridge has been playing the 5 some games.
the draft that's coming out, there could be a resurgence of big men.
That's what I'm saying.
Like it could be a new league
We
after
trade-
this year.
like-
There's like 5 of them that are big men: Mo Bamba, Jaren Jackson, Matt Marvin Bagley, DeAndre Ayton. Like these dudes that are coming out. Man, it could be a resurgence of big men. Any other words about that? So we can move on to the
As
NFL.
far as our head coach position, the reason why I like Dwayne Casey is because he's a player's coach.
Yes.
He brings the talent out of each of his players. Look what he did in Toronto. Every year they got better and better. Stan Van Gundy did not do that with our
Yeah,
team.
I think the biggest mistake is making him the GM and the coach.
I agree.
Yeah, he didn't focus on being a coach. He was focused too much, I think, on being a GM, and that was the issue, the conflict in that area.
So moving on now, we're good to go with the NBA. Moving on to the NFL, guys. We only have like 19 minutes left. I know we've been enjoying talking. So the time's been flying. So we're gonna go into 2 topics that I want to discuss before we talk about fantasy, and it's very controversial topics. Well, the first one not really, maybe a little bit, and the second one yes. So I want to hear your opinions, guys. And guys, if you guys have an opinion, feel free to call. The number is 444-5399.
Yeah, don't be afraid to interact, put
Yeah.
your comments, call
Free.
in.
Again, 444-5399. That is the number. Feel free to call. So the first topic, shout out to my man Woody Diashe. He commented this last week and we forgot to talk about it. So he asked this question. He says, who will be in the NFL sooner? Johnny Manziel, who's in now the CFL, or Colin Kaepernick? Guess, we're going to start off with you. Who do you think will be in the NFL sooner, Johnny Manziel or Colin Kaepernick?
My opinion, the best shot to be in the NFL would be Johnny Manziel right now.
Which is sad.
Which is very sad.
It's unfortunate.
Which is
Very
very
unfortunate.
unfortunate. I mean, I was a fan of Colin Kaepernick. When they went to
You know you're a fan of him when you call him by his first name, Colin. Nobody calls him Colin.
after that Super Bowl run that they had against Baltimore, come back. I think that was the second time they got into the NFC Championship game, right?
Yeah, I think they're back to back.
Back to back. I thought he had a lot of potential. Mobile quarterback. I'm not sure what happened to him, if it was injuries, but it's very sad the situation that he's in.
What do you mean you're not sure what happened?
Yeah, are you being
Yeah,
sarcastic
I mean,
right now?
We
or-
know what happened to Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
He's being
That was
blackballed
no
by the
injury.
NFL. That's what it is.
So I'm saying, but his game went down.
Not really
Because he
though,
didn't get
man.
any minutes. They
Yeah.
benched him.
Bro, if you look at his stats that 1 year, the San Francisco 49ers stuff.
He did take a kind of dip, but he definitely still has
But
potential to be better quarterback than.
15 other quarterbacks, maybe
Right.
10 other quarterbacks, at least in the NFL.
They just
right now.
not. They just don't want to.
Yeah, there's a blackballing him. AC, what's your answer to that?
I
Colin
think
Kaepernick?
none of them are have a chance to come back. I think both players, no NFL team wants anything to do with them. I know I've been hearing some buzz about Johnny Manziel. Some teams are looking at him. I honestly see him and Colin Kaepernick done for the NFL for the.
Rest of their lives?
Unless something happens where the NFL has to bring back Colin Kaepernick, the lawsuit, I don't see any of them coming back. Honestly, I don't see no chance.
How about you, Munir? What
I have
you
to
guys
agree
think?
with Uncle Eddie on this one. I do see Johnny Manziel having a better chance of coming back to the NFL than Colin Kaepernick.
If you don't make it with the Browns, you ain't never
The
gonna
thing
make
is,
it.
the reason he didn't make it was his off-field
Yeah,
situation,
that's true.
his off-field
Yeah.
things that he was doing. That's for the reason he didn't make it.
Teams
So if he
take
gets that together, I feel like they'll forgive him, and he has a better chance to get back on a team than Colin Kaepernick's situation, especially with the new thing that they're passing with the anthem, non-kneeling. You have to be in the. I don't see him coming back.
That might actually help Colin Kaepernick. He can
Yeah.
stay in the locker room.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but I mean,
Well, the way, go ahead.
it
man.
all started on that whole the anthem kneeling and stuff. I feel like they all still blackball all the owners. I don't see it happening.
Well, with that said, just a quick answer. This is why we have Munir on the show, because he knows what segues are and he wants to go into the next topic. So
That's
we
what it
appreciate that, Munir. Everyone. My opinion, though, is quickly is Johnny Manziel, just because he's already in the CFL, and if there's anything, he has his way out. Colin Kaepernick still has a lot of hurdles that it seems like we all can't overcome, and no one can overcome from the NFL owners. So going on to this new topic, is about the NFL, the new rule. So I'm gonna quickly run it by you guys, and I want to hear what your opinion is.
Right.
Because it's very controversial, and I want to know what you guys' thoughts are. So the new rule basically says that All team and league personnel on the field stand and show respect for the flag. The game operation manual will be revised to remove the requirement that all players be on the field for the anthem. So basically, you can stay in the tunnel if you want. Personnel who choose not to stand for the anthem may stay in the locker room or in a similar location on the field during the anthem. A club will be fined by the league if personnel are on the field and do not stand and show respect for the flag and anthem. Each club may develop its own work rules consistent with the above principles. Basically, the team can fine you that fine that the NFL fined the team, basically. And then the commissioner will impose appropriate discipline of league personnel who do not stand and show respect for the flag and anthem. I heard that the team will also get flagged, a 15-yard penalty.
No, that was no.
Not true? Okay.
That was, somebody threw that out there,
Okay.
but it never.
So it's a possibility? Alright, that's what I thought, because it's not in here anyway, so it's not.
Max Kellerman said whoever came up with that idea should be fired, just for coming up with that idea.
Okay.
For
So-
some flag team.
Abe, I'm gonna go ahead and start with you then. What are your thoughts, overall thoughts on this situation?
Honestly, I don't like it. It doesn't let the players stand for what they want. I mean, it's a good thing because it finally kind of answers that situation with players, not kneeling and some players being, having situations like Colin Kaepernick and, Eric Reed from the 49ers not being having, find a home in the NFL, but I think they could have found other ways. Another one would have been doing the, anthem during halftime when the players are already in the locker room. The fans, they can, do the anthem if they want, whoever doesn't, it's up to them, but I don't like that honestly, but at least they have an answer to it, they figured something out.
I don't think they got an answer to it. I feel like this is a terrible reason, excuse, whatever you want to call it, to do what they had to do to just make people feel like they're going to be. Because at the end of the day, Americans, freedom of speech. You have the right to protest.
Yeah.
If they do it in a peaceful way, taking a knee down during the anthem, you're not disrespecting the country. You're fighting for certain things like
The NFL wants to please the fans, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
But-
So they're not solving it. They're not
They're
really
not.
doing nothing to solve it. They're just
Yeah.
hiding it under the rug.
That's what they're doing, and I'm happy you say that. I was watching ESPN today, and I forgot that lady that's on the show with Jalen Rose in the morning.
Needles?
Yeah, Beatles.
Something like
She
that.
exactly said that. She said, "What you're trying to do? You're just trying to blow the fire out." With the I forgot what she said, and it's just still there. It's still there. I'm gonna say my opinion, but okay, what's your opinion on the topic? I guess.
I mean, there's a time and place for everything. You want to protest the national anthem? I don't think that's the right thing to do. I mean, me, born and raised in the United States, I've always had respect for the flag, always stand up for the national anthem. I think for them to choose that particular time to protest is not the right time or place to do it.
But when you tell somebody, let me ask you a question. When you tell somebody when to protest, are you taking away their freedom? Because you're telling them now, hey, this is not the right time to protest. When at the end of the day, as you can see, it's been making an impact. That what they're doing is proving a point.
But that's the only sports that's allowing it. Look what they're doing in the NBA. Look.
But in the NBA, in the NBA, it's more, I think it's more connected. Like in the NBA, they're doing more for the people. They're doing way more.
They need to do a lot more in the NFL.
They're not. That's the
The
problem.
Jets-
That's why they're trying to just get rid of this
the
whole
Jets
thing
owner-
with the.
The Jets owner did say he'll pay the fine for the
Yeah.
players. He'll pay the fine, so that's an owner to me, that he's for the players, and that was a good move on him to, for players in the free agent market to be like, I wanna play for a team like that.
So
Yeah,
look,
but as a fan, I don't wanna go to a game and see a protest during a
Right,
game. That I'm
right.
paying almost $100 or more to go see a game, entertainment. As an NFL player, I think there's a different time or a better place for you to protest your act and I'm not arguing what they're protesting about. I just think that during the game, during the national anthem, I don't think that's the right time to protest.
and there was a former coach from the Falcons said that. He was like, exactly those words. He's like, on Tuesday we have all day, I'll go to wherever you want to go to and protest. And I'll follow along. He's like, but on a Sunday where people are trying to come and watch a game, it's not the right time. And this is just my opinion on everything, is that I think that overall, this is not, I don't think it's gonna last, this whole new rule. You're gonna have a lot of backlash. And let's say it does last, you're gonna have one side protesting and the other side protesting, and it's gonna just be a bunch of fines, like you said. A bunch of fines are gonna happen. I guarantee you this new rule is not going to last because it's gonna spark up an outrage. People are not gonna allow it. History shows that we're not gonna allow this to happen. People, if it's the players that are gonna just not show up, and just not play, or I don't know what is it gonna be. I just think this is just too much backlash to it for it to last. You know, I just think there's too much. There's too much question marks. You know what I mean? Like people still have so many questions on, okay, what if they do this? What if they do that? Like, what if that happens? What if that? You know what I mean? Like, imagine if you're a player that sits and kneels, and they do come up with this penalty rule, or they get fined. Now everybody's gonna look at you like you're selfish, and you're just trying to, you know, protest. You know?
It's probably just added more fuel to the
Yeah,
to be
and
honest. It's like
whatever-
whatever you're doing the protest, now you're telling them, no, you can't even, they're gonna get even more mad.
I don't think this was the right solution.
It was not.
Yeah,
This is a
it's
big
not-
deal right
it's a
now.
big deal.
This is a
Very
big
big
deal,
deal.
and this is the solution they came up with.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who was in this
It's very
meeting.
intimidating.
You know, they said about the meeting. They said the meeting that it was not even a roll call. It was not a roll call.
Oh, yeah, I did hear about
It was not a
that.
roll. They said it was a decision that was made in
Executive
hand.
decision.
Yeah.
See, they should have had players in that meeting also, you know, and let the players talk, give their opinion.
I just think it's gonna take time. We're gonna take time to come up with a real solution. But my only thing that's not being discussed is, I don't think it's being discussed enough. I think everybody's talking about all this stuff. First of all, what needs to be understood is that I agree with you that you no disrespect, because that's, we're from this country, we're born in this country, you know, you don't disrespect, but they're not disrespecting the flag. That's what people don't understand.
That's what it's getting.
Like, that's what it's, like, they think it's disrespectful to the flag, you know what I mean? And that's the big problem, and I can't really discuss that because it's a whole other topic, but what's being forgot about, I think, in this whole topic is Colin Kaepernick, what he did, bro. I'm telling y'all, like, I don't care what anybody says, it was not successful. Get the heck out of here. This happened 2 years ago, and we're still talking about it. He has owners meeting, discussing this. Like, he had an impact. I know he gave up his career for it. But talk about sacrifice his career for it. But talk about standing for what's right. Hey, he's going to be in history books. Promise you guys this, he's in history books. Colin Kaepernick, give it 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. Our kids are going to be reading about him, that he stood up for what's right. You know, Eric Reed might be, but Colin Kaepernick is going to be in history books. I promise you, I know. I'm telling you guys, books for the next 15, 20 years. We're going to be reading about him.
We got about 10 minutes.
10 more minutes left. Let's talk some fantasy football. Like we said last week, from now on, we're going to do a 2-part team every week, break down 2 teams. And this week, we got the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. We're closing out the AFC East. Last week, we had New England and Buffalo. So Miami Dolphins, guys, feel free to jump in. List off players. You know, Ryan Tannehill. You see him getting drafted in fantasy leagues. Anybody?
Ryan Tannehill,
I say no. No.
You see him getting drafted. I think he's going to be one of those quarterbacks that you stream, maybe off the matchups.
I don't think he's getting drafted because he has no weapons this
I'm
year.
not saying to
I'm-
be drafted, but I mean, like, you know, you
He's-
need a quarterback. That might be a guy you pick up. He does have Kenny
He's
Stills.
coming off injury.
I know, but he's had a whole year to recover. He has Kenny Stills, he has Devontae Parker, and he does have Danny Amendola now. So I think that's a good receiver.
So go with those wide receivers. Devontae Parker, where do you see him being drafted at in the fantasy, since he's probably the number 1 on the team, if you would say?
I mean, I don't see him going maybe what, 5th, 6th round?
That's
that's early.
Way early.
That's early?
I see him going. I see him
I
going.
think 10.
9.
Yeah.
I personally don't want him, but
Yeah, I wouldn't take him unless it's he's my wide receiver 4. I'll take him as my
I
wide
think the
receiver
only-
4.
He's gonna be the number 1.
Yeah.
You gotta give him some.
the only I think
wide
he'll be the
receiver
number
four.
1 on the depth chart, but the number
Numbers
1
wise.
fantasy is Danny Amendola. In my opinion,
No.
they paid him.
I
They paid him. He's coming off the slot.
He's too
I
small.
think it doesn't matter. He's coming off the slot. I
Only
think
Tom
Tannehill-
Brady. I said this to people.
Tom Brady did just last year. He had it for like 3 years. He was nothing. He was better than the Rams before he went
Stop.
to the
No, he was numbers.
Yes, he
We
was.
could break. We could
Listen,
go back and
except
show.
last year.
Okay.
That's what I'm
So let
saying.
me tell you something, all right? Danny Amendola, to me, I told people this, he's going to be irrelevant in fantasy this year. Irrelevant. He's going to get dropped. People are going to draft him. Guarantee he's dropped on most teams by week 8. Where do you see, I guess, who's the best wide receiver you see being drafted?
I'll agree with Abraham.
Danny Amendola? Alright, I got Devontae Parker.
On that team.
I think Devontae Parker is, or whatever call. Okay, now let's go with running backs. Who do you take, Frank Gore or,
I'm taking Drake for sure. I think Gore
Drake.
was a veteran guy they brought in. He might get a couple first down snaps, but I think he's more of a backup. That's why they got him. Drake is the guy you want to pick up in fantasy leagues, and I think you can get him pretty late for a ton of value to get out of him.
my man Dame just asked, what if all the fans took a knee instead of the players, and the fans took a knee? For the,
That would be a good way to protest for the fans.
I know, it would be. It would be funny and also good that if the fans were to take a knee, if they wanted to protest with the players too, that would be interesting. Like, what would the owners do, I guess? That's a question
They
that,
can't do anything.
they can't do anything about it,
Start
so.
kicking out the fence.
Yeah, this is 1 by 1. Took a knee, get out of here. Going back to this, so you said Drake. Where do you see Drake getting drafted?
I see him getting drafted in the 4th, 5th round, but I think that's very good value for, what he can do.
Potential, yeah.
Damian Williams, he's gone.
Yeah.
He uses
So
his
Greg
biggest-
Gore's gonna take Damian Williams' little.
He's gonna take his spot, but he can't do what Damian Williams did. He's not really gonna be that much of a threat. Maybe in the first couple of games, they have to offer him some type of chance to take the lead back. But I think Kenny Drake will take over, and probably between week 3 or 4, all the way to week 16, he'll be an RB1, RB2.
What do you got, Drake? Where round do you see him going, and what do you see his potential?
I mean, his potential was phenomenal. At the end of the season last year, he was blowing up. So I think he will be their lead back. And going into the season, I could see him being a 4th, 5th round sleeper pick. You know what I'm saying? So
I like him.
I like him.
My only thing I'm scared of is that I always go with the rule of what team do you think is gonna do well, and then pick players from those teams. I don't think Miami Dolphins gonna be good at
That
it
doesn't
all.
matter.
I'm just saying, and that scares me. Always when you draft a player from a team that doesn't do well, opportunity and all that, so to score. So that's how I look at it. But that's the only thing that scares me.
For
about
running
him.
backs, maybe.
Yeah, that's the only thing that scares me about him is that, and they have no outside weapons. Like Devontae Parker or Amendola is your number 1, you're struggling. Where do you see Drake going in, I guess? What's your thoughts on him?
I mean, I'll say it like this: if you haven't picked up a good running back, if you've been sleeping on running backs when you're doing your draft, if you're getting caught up on the best receivers and they're just there and they're falling go with Kenny Drake if he's false to you 4th, 5th round.
Definitely a good pick.
Alright, Jets, it's good that we don't have that much time because there's not much time you need for the Jets. Any fantasy players I can think of? I only think of Isaiah Crowell, possibly Robbie Anderson. Terrell Pryor.
Jermaine Kearse, he got injured.
Terrell Pryor though.
He got
He's
injured.
there. Oh yeah, injury?
Yeah.
And what kind of injury?
I forgot exactly the extent of
Out
the
for the
injury.
year injury?
Just recently, probably yesterday or 2 days ago, he got injured. I don't know how serious it is, but I know he's injured. Jermaine Kearse is another guy, but my sleeper for the Jets, like you said, Isaiah Crowell coming out of Cleveland. I think he'll have us get him in the 8th round. That'll be an RB2 maybe for you, sneak RB2. Bilal is there, but I like Crowell.
How about
I
you?
like my boy Robbie Anderson.
Yeah.
Robbie Anderson blew up for me last year. There was a time when I was hurting wide receivers. I had Robbie Anderson, plugged him in for like about 5 weeks straight.
He was
put up
eating.
some numbers.
He was
He
eating.
put up numbers.
He was
He
eating.
did,
So.
he did have some
Yeah, he has
off the
been-
field issues, but I heard the family was dropped, so.
Alright, well, there goes your thoughts. When you're head on, you have nothing on the Jets. Not even Josh McCown, the clown.
The clown?
AFC's boy.
He
That's
came through for me
AFC's
one time.
I remember that game.
A lot of their points and stats was coming in that 4th quarter.
Right.
They were always playing from
Yeah.
behind, pass.
But you don't want to depend on that every week almost for your.
Sometimes
Look like a lion.
It's like the Lions that 1 year. Every week you're all watching 2 minutes.
Yeah, last 2 minutes. Last 2 minutes. So, alright, guys, we got 2 minutes left. We had some great topics, a lot of engagement on social media too, and a couple phone calls. Ed, appreciate you coming on the show. I mean, I have down here who's the greatest wide receiver of all time, just to have the final debate. 2 minutes left. I'm gonna let you go. Who do you think is the greatest wide receiver of all time, Uncle Ed?
I can't argue with Randy Moss. I mean, and
I can.
Randy Moss,
He can.
what he did that 1 year with the Patriots,
Solidified him.
solid. Randy Moss is the boss.
Randy Moss, what you got with
You
there?
could have won the Super Bowl with you, but
You're right.
Honestly, I don't really see an argument. I think when you watch, I'm not talking about stats necessarily, but when you watch football and you look and say this is the best, maybe I've been watching a lot of Lions, but I'm going with Calvin Johnson. I haven't seen the NFL receiver better than him, and I know you might say I didn't watch Jerry Rice, but still, I did watch some highlights, and Calvin Johnson still looked better to me. He did, for his size and his speed, he did stuff that was just unbelievable.
So you got
Megatron.
Calvin Johnson,
Megatron.
Megatron. We got Megatron.
Injuries hurt him. Injuries killed him.
The Lions.
I think the Lions killed him.
Henry
Killed Barry
Sanders.
Sanders. Come on, man.
That's crazy that we could probably have had the best wide receiver and the best running back ever of all
Quit
time,
running.
and they both quit on us. I'm waiting for Stafford to
Give
give
us
it
about
up
10
next
years
year.
each.
It's sad. It's very
That's
sad.
crazy. They did give us 10 years though, man. My answer, I mean, it's probably, I would have to go Calvin Johnson too, man, just because I watched him, and he just, like we said, if you put him on any team, he would have been a monster.
Right.
He's been on the Patriots, he's been averaging 2,000 yards every year. He almost had, did he get 2,000 on us, or was it close?
It was about
1938?
1941.
Oh, okay. On the Lions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you
Green
do that.
Bay, Patriots, any team.
That's sweet, man. We got a minute left. Any final words, Uncle Ed? It's always nice to have you here,
Wrap
man.
it up for some
I
guys.
appreciate you guys. It was an honor to come out here on the Fantasy Guys show. I had a great time talking with you guys. Honor to come back anytime.
You like the lights? You like the lights?
The lights looks very nice.
You like the
Definitely a big upgrade. A big upgrade from last week, I'm sorry.
both last year and last week.
True.
Definitely
Every week that comes by, we're gonna have something new.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do that. We're gonna try to do that. So, any final words, guys?
No.
Alright, let's close it out.
Thank you for tuning in, people.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. You guys already know Omar T, Abe Z, you got Munir H, you got Uncle Ed over here, the fantasy guys, and we're here to
We're
talk
talking
fantasy
fantasy,
guys.
guys.
Have a great one, man. Alright. Good job, man.
Good show, fellas.
That was fun, yeah, hold up. Yeah. Nice topics.
Everyone about that.
No, man, it's fun.
Trey Young, that's a big argument, man.
That was a big
Trey Young,
argument.
man, what's going
I
on?
see, you just said I don't like Trey Young. I didn't say I don't like Trey Young.
He's not a top prospect.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a good